Hello and welcome to another update video about BNB. It's getting interesting now because we are trying to push here through the descending trend line. We're going to talk about that. I made a video about BNB, I think only yesterday. Made you aware there's quite an interesting long trade setup here. We've got with BNB a couple of different options. They are both very close together. There isn't really anything bearish on this chart until we drop below 215, and I don't see that happen imminently. So there's two bullish scenarios here, and the first one, which is the primary one, but again they are very close together also probability wise. The first one is the yellow count, where we say we moved up in a wave 1, then we came down in a wave A of 2, overshooting wave B of 2, and we came down in a wave C of 2 into my larger support area. Yeah, again, whenever you enter here, these are the areas where long trades can be entered. And don't get me wrong, we reached this area now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And whenever you entered, you should have been in profit. Yeah. So you see how relevant these support areas are, calculated by using the Fib levels and the Elliott Wave method. Okay. So from here, most recently, we then bounced off. And based on this count, we would say the wave 2 is in, the low is in, and we are now moving up in a wave 3. Okay. Generally, the target for this larger wave 3 would be, just roughly, around about $500. So that's decent. Okay. But if we now zoom in, and we take a look at these subwaves, we can look in this particular wave count. We moved up in a 5-wave move. Wave 1, I argued before how I liked this move to the upside. Yeah, because it's a very interesting move up, better than what Ethereum did. And then up here I said we're most likely going to come down in a wave 2, which we're doing. We already hit my support area here. This is the local support area for this wave 2. I have labeled the subwaves 1, 2, 3, 4. Ideally, I would like to see one more wave down. But don't get me wrong, we are here doing micro counting, and it wouldn't be the first time that a chart rallies before it puts the last wave in. So anybody who's really seriously thinking about entering this, think about it now. Yeah, I'm not telling you to buy or not. This is entirely your decision. But I usually would not wait necessarily for the lowest low. Yeah. Because let's be serious about it. If the target is $500 and you try to, you think about, should I buy now at 290 or 275? Yeah, it makes a difference. But honestly, considering the possible reward, it's probably not, too far away. It doesn't make a great difference. So just mentioning that this is a 1-2 setup. If you buy, it's entirely up to you. I would still like to see one more low. It would be the ideal pattern. But again, markets are doing unlikely stuff all the time. But this is the 1-2 setup, the traditional Elliott Wave setup, where in a wave 2 support area, a long trade can be entered. Again, we reached it here already. That's why I like limit orders usually. And I told you in the previous video, as soon as we break above this descending trend line, there is a signal that things are starting to move, and we are nearly there. Yeah, I mean, we could very well, you could consider this a descending triangle. So that can certainly push the market down. But the resistance line, if it breaks, and we might be doing it right now, then this could end this move to the downside. And a further evidence that we are pushing higher is a break above the wave 4 high at $295. And then if we break above the wave B high, that's further evidence at $306. And confirmation that we are in a third wave would be the break above $317. Okay, so that's the primary expectation. Target, by the way, for the small yellow wave 3 here would be actually $394. Okay, so that's decent, isn't it? And then the other count, and that is possible as well, but again, we're not far away from each other, is that yes, we moved up in the wave 1 as well, but then wave 2 isn't in yet, and that we have a WXY pattern where we will make one more leg down. And as long as we're holding 215, it's all fine. There is no bearishness. And then from here we can move up in a wave 3. So it's just, are we starting now or are we starting with a little bit of a delay? And these are the two scenarios. They're both bullish. And the question might be, do I enter now? Do I enter here? Therefore, a possible strategy is just to scale in on the way down. And should the trade or should the chart start to move up earlier, then you can always scale up on the way up. Yeah, this is how it would most traditionally work based on the Elliott waves. And I think it's a good trade setup. It's an interesting one. BNB makes a good impression anyway. Just be aware that we haven't broken the trend line yet. And well, we are trying to just now, but I wouldn't consider that a substantial breakout. And this is, well, you could consider that actually a descending wedge, isn't it? Maybe you get away with a descending triangle, but a descending wedge, and that would be rather a bullish pattern. So breakout to the upside would be favored in a bull flag. So it will be interesting. It will be interesting. Certainly something to watch. Okay, and that's my update about BNB. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.